Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sunless Skies. In today's episode we are going to be going to Albion and seeing if we can continue the Repentant Devil's storyline. The first thing we need to do is go to London to meet the Baroness of Hell, and then we'll be seeing if we can find the Well of the Wolf. I've already picked up the barrels of unseasoned hours we need to transmit into Albion, so we shall be heading off to the transit relay, which is just around the corner. I just round the corner, I mean all the way down here, but you get the idea. For some reason I thought I was thinking of the Albion to Reach relay, and then got really confused when I looked at the map. Perfect. So, I'm going to start this episode off by going, I'm not tired, which is good. It's the first time for everything. That thing's really big. But that's because I've been furloughed from work, which means I'm not working at the moment, due to the economic crisis and all that sort of rubbish. Oh dear, gonna crash because the computer can't handle changing of the scenes. Yeah, so I've got like a month off work, paid at 80% or something like that. So, but it's fine, it's good break, I suppose. As long as I've got a job to go back to, it doesn't really matter. But so yes, I'm not tired, but the world still seems to be going to crap. That's a general rule of thumb. Yeah, no. Excuse me. To be honest, I've tried to avoid the news as much as I can at the moment. It's just making me angry. The biggest one that got me is in the UK. They've just opened all the shops up around England. Well, I say England, it probably is just England. Because Wales and Scotland are still under lockdown, I think. I don't actually know. Hang on. Settlers who live so far as civilization, hellish hardships and solitude. What do we want? Do we want trade, tolerance, gossip for supplies? Might as well. We've got a lot of it. New supplies. But yeah, they've opened all the shops up, and I saw a queue outside of Primark, and it's just like, oh, you people, really? You really needed your clothes that badly? You're going to stand in a massive queue and potentially get, you know, ill. I guess maybe the illness has just kind of passed. Everyone seems to have just forgotten about it at this point. Well, they haven't forgotten about it, but it seems just they've given up. They don't care quite so much as they used to. I don't know, I'm still paranoid as all hell, but I'm a naturally paranoid human being. Always have been. You know, what can we do? I assume, what is it like everywhere else, where everyone else is? I'm not, I know I have quite a varied following, all things considering. I don't have that many subscribers, but I have people from all over the world, which is fantastic, by the way. It's amazing. I love it. It's great to see other people's opinions on things. I never liked that post, or replied to that post on the last video, where somebody talked about their opinions of all the riots and things. I read the entire thing. I apologise for not replying. It was one of those, I read it, and then I was like, I'll reply to that in a minute. I got distracted. It happens a lot. I'm going to try and be better at replying to things now that I have a little bit more spare time. Yeah, before I was furloughed, most of the time I was either working, sleeping, or recording, trying to fit in all the other social stuff outside of just recording the videos and editing them was quite difficult, but now, who knows, maybe I'll do more series. This week, there is the new Pokemon DLC. I'm tempted to do a stream on that if anyone's interested. I have completed the Pokédex in the original game and am very excited to pick up the new one. There's quite a lot there. I do have Sword though, which is probably really boring because most people have Sword, and if I had Shield, people could see the other one, the other island. But I don't. What else is coming out? The Last of Us 2. That's an interesting one. Would anyone like to see me stream The Last of Us 2? That would be completely blind, obviously. I have no idea. I adored the first game. Not sure if I want to stream it on the account that I'd rather play it at my own pace. But if there is anyone who is interested in that, let me know in a comment down below, and maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it anyway. Who knows? Even if somebody doesn't mention it, I might do it anyway. I might do a couple of new series on things, but I'm taking it slow to begin with. I don't want to burn myself out. I've still got my Fallen London lore series I'm kind of thinking about, but every time I go to look at the lore of Fallen London, I didn't need to dock there. I get confused. I was literally just trying to find why London fell, and it's an obvious story of the Empress selling out London to save her husband, which is great. Like, I know why. Try making a 10-minute video, 20-minute video about just that. I need to find more of the backgrounds and things. And the great thing about Fallen London They hide it so well behind all of the stuff that goes on. You've got to dig really deep to find all that information. I'm going to have to be trawling through wikis and all sorts. I've done my own research in game, but there are some things that I've just never done, don't know about, and have huge implications to the overall narrative of the game and the lore. I did learn that the gods, Storm, Salt, Stone, were actually things. Now that sounds silly, I know, but I knew they were gods, but I didn't realise they were on the same level as the Judgments, which is the suns. Well, like, they know each other. Which, I was just like, what? How does that work? And, you know, the Bazaar was a courier for the sun. I'm pretty sure it had something to do with a love note to another sun, and then it got rejected or something? This is where my knowledge starts to flake. I was definitely looking. But it's an ongoing project. One of the things that I'm more likely to do is I have the Necronomicon over there. I've had it for a long time. It's H.P. Lovecraft's short stories. I think I'm going to try and do a reading series, which is completely different to the things I do right now, obviously, because I'm doing gameplay series. But there's a lot of reading in them. And I developed a fan base of people who like to hear me read, even if I am god-awful at it, which I am fully aware of. I'm not god-awful, I mix my words up, but if I was going to do a proper series like that from a book, reading a book, I'm going to try and edit it better. It's just going to take a lot longer for me to actually sort out. Whereas this, I just kind of read it. If I screw it up, I'll cut out really bad screw-ups, but most of the time I just leave them in there. I mean, as long as what I say gets conveyed across into what you hear, it's fine. Plus, you can also read it. See, the problem I have with reading a book, per se, is that the words won't be on the screen. They'll be literally just coming out of my mouth. So, unless I can find an online transcript of it, I guess it's possible, but then how would I edit that into a video? See, this is all new stuff to me. I don't really know what I'm doing. And I'm going to try and have a look. I should look on YouTube to see how other people have done it. But I am kind of worried about copyright and things, but I'm pretty sure H.P. Lovecraft is in the public domain at the moment. Over 100 years old, so... Unless somebody's relicensed his work. Possible? But I don't think so. I don't know, I can do more. Well, worst case scenario, I have to take the video down. It's not the end of the world. And if it sets a precedent for reading short stories, it'd be quite interesting, I suppose. The only problem I do have is, can you fall asleep to listening to H.P. Lovecraft? Nightmare fuel of the 18th century? 19th century, sorry? I mean, maybe. I don't think I could. That's for sure. But the reason I love Bloodborne so much is because of it's so close to the... oh, God. It's so close to H.P. Lovecraft's kind of vision for the Great Ones and the gods. I think it's very interesting and cool. And I haven't read that book for a very, very long time. But yeah, that's just food for thought, isn't it? I've literally just spent 10 minutes talking about absolute rubbish. I do apologise. We are here now at London, so we will be trying to find the Baroness of Hell. Hopefully she'll be in the Brass Embassies. Did the Brass Embassy make it up here? I assume so. I assume so. Little London. I need a selection of Immaculate Souls. It's a real good thing that I have a selection of Immaculate Souls, isn't it? Because otherwise I'd be really upset. I've been holding on to these for ages. The rarest and most refined of souls, lovingly curated. Holding on to those for bloody ages. Wonderful. The Repentant Devil does not know her current address, but he is certain it will be someplace formerly grand. You try the remains of the palace. You try a few townhouses that have fallen on hard times. Then, the Repentant Devil cackles to himself and says, "I know where she'll be. Hard to believe I did not think of it first." He leads you unerringly through the streets. It seems he lived here for a time not long ago. This was once the Embassy of the Devils in London, now a ruin, though still ovenly hot. You can see only a few limbs of the Baroness at a time. Most of her extends up the grand staircase and out of sight. The downstairs portions are plated, iridescent on black, something like a widow's ball gown if it were made entirely of beetle. The Baroness's children are sightless larvae chewing old paperwork. So we can observe the meeting. Someone sent an assassin after me. The Repentant Devil addresses the Baroness downstairs eyes and her downstairs mouth. What is this thing? My god. The plates of the Baroness's exoskeleton spasm. The rhythm is the rhythm of laughter, but the sound is the rustling of leaves. When she speaks, it is with the same dissected quality. If I had the energy to kill you, I would have done it long ago. No, my old friend, your problems come from very much another direction. They visited me looking for you. She turns her notice to you. It must be irritating serving such a master. He becomes intolerable when he's bored. Do we want to correct her about who is master, or do we want to let it go? Because he is on my locomotive and he's on our crew, but then do we want to remind her this? Yeah, okay, it's your locomotive, he's on your crew. Oh, do you think so? The Baroness's mouth parts move as though chewing something in the air. I'll leave that between you, shall I? Yeah, we've read this. The Baroness's children. Ask about the person who came for him. What was their intent? I said that there was no point in trying to take him anywhere. He doesn't want to go, the Baroness remarks, extending one limb toward the Repentant Devil. But she seemed likely to keep trying, so I killed her and kept her effects. Okay, that escalated quickly. She produces a bundle of things. Clothes, a mean little dagger, and some paperwork. The bundle has been chewed on by the Baroness's children, but the papers still look legible. With that, you are ready to leave. What will you speak of us as you depart the embassy? We can dwell on his revolutionary tendencies once he was an ardent Republican, or we can dwell on his ambitions. Of course, he could never have been happy to live with the Baroness forever. Let's dwell on his ambitions. These days, she takes an interest in souls mainly for form's sake. He never appreciated the art that goes into such matters. If he had continued to live with her, he would never have been able to return to his proper work. I said paperwork then, I was really confused. Okay. So now, we need to go to the Well of the Wolf. But I'm just going to quickly have a look at something, because I didn't remember what it was. Those captivating treasures. Yeah, I completely glossed over this in one of the episodes where I asked where I could get these, and then somebody reminded me in the comments again the fact that they'd already told me. It's the frickin' trading in port reports. If you get enough port points, you can trade it for royal dispensation. 10,000 sovereigns. Okay. I'm not entirely sure if I'm actually ready to retire my captain, but I do want to do the other storyline, the more in-depth one about the death of the sun, or whatever it was. Well, the wolf is up here. Shouldn't be too hard of a journey, I hope. I'll cut around this building, it should be okay. Let me just have a quick drink. Now, hopefully, this isn't like the bloody Tom, where if I did something wrong, it actually ends in the death of my character, because that would be very funny, but also horrendous, all at the same time. It'd be funny for you, horrendous for me. Because the death of a character would be just catastrophic. Because I'd have to do everything again. Because, well, then again, I am like halfway through quite a lot of quests, but I've done quite a lot of the companion quests now. In fact, the only ones we have left is the clay conductor and the inconvenient art, is it? Oh, and then the other characters like the mechanic and stuff like that I haven't talked to, so okay, maybe not. Assuming they have quests, I assume they do? I don't actually know. I don't think I've even spoken to them. Ah, something just crawled on my hand. That made me jump. Summer. Don't you just love summer? Thousands of bugs. It's just up here. I'm just getting fed up of this heat. It's so hot today. Again, the fan is on. I'm going to apologise if you can hear it, but apparently you just can't hear it through the microphone, which is fine. If you can hear it though, welcome to the club of the people who can hear mythical fans behind microphones. It's so hot. I hate it so much. It's just my office gets so damn hot. I don't know how it does it or what. It's not even sunny, it's cloudy outside, it's just the ambient temperature is so high. But luckily, after recording this, all I gotta do is edit it and then I won't be spending that much time on my computer. The only disadvantage to not going to work is that at work I had an air conditioning unit. I am going to be stuck in this for a while. Let's kill this guy. Oh god, there's two of them. Now there are two of them. I gotta get at least one Star Wars reference in there. Oh dear. Oh my god, I have lost the ability to shoot. Ow, I shot myself. Bugger. Oh, come on. I'm being evaded by a bunch of these guys. Oh, perfect timing. Uh-oh. 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 I've lost the ability to shoot. I really have. There we go. Please let me repair my hull. I took a hit there. There we go. Strip the engines for materials of use. There we go. This time we will take some unusual items. Let's see what we can get. Oh, Battle of Unseasoned Hours, my god. That pays for our trip here. Right, and the Well of the Wolf should be just up here, which is wonderful. Actually managed to achieve something. I just hope this is as nasty as I think, and I don't know what the next step is afterwards, so I'll have to get my pen ready. If I don't write this stuff down, I forget about it. Every damn time. Let's try not to smash the absolute living hell out of the ship as we land as well. I have a bad history with this place. Of crashing into the pallet of ice, or whatever it's called. The plateau of ice, I suppose, is better than pallet. Where am I bugging pallet from? Still the wrong word. Okay. A hole in the sky! Torrents of celestial mist pour into it. Shelves of black ice poke from its throat. One of the shelves extends, that's the word I was after, over the well mouth in a narrow spur. Let's descend through the gale and land on the ice shelf. 85%, come on, we can do this. Yeah! Good job, pilot. Your engine bucks like a dying pig. Its hull groans. Gritty black particulate clatters at the windows. With the last lurch, your locomotive crunches onto the grimy ice. Your driver exhales. A good landing, not a gentle one. Oh, Jesus. Here we go. Help the Repentant Devil look for what he seeks. There was someone he wanted to find somewhere in one of these caves. Oh dear. I need to cough. Ah, it's hay fever. Yeah. In body, she is an older, even motherly Deviless. She says nothing to him, though it's plain she recognizes him with pleasure. He, for his part, sits with her a long time, telling stories of the Iron Republic, of London as it used to be, of Parabola. He talks the way one might at the sickbed of a beloved, unconscious patient, as much for one's own comfort as for theirs. At last, he runs out. How did you ever reconcile yourself, he says, to giving up the work? He doesn't answer. Before he can go, she offers him a document on papyrus sealed with wax. So we can help him sympathize with her. I do not understand, he says again and again on the way back down the cliff. Once she was an unstoppable force. Or we can help him direct his rage. If he's going to be angry, let him be angry at those who have reduced devils to this condition. Let's help him direct his rage. Maybe angry wasn't the right way. He grumbles. It was not useful to rebel against the judgments before. That is what produced this result in the first place. But perhaps he is moody and thoughtful for some time after this. Okay, we'll leave, I guess. Yeah, I don't think angry was the right one. I probably shouldn't have made him rebel. Oh well. It was worth a go. Let's see if we can talk to him outside. Oh. My god, there's loads of stuff here. Sweet Jesus. Okay. Let's debrief him on Carillion. He is simmering with a desire to comment. If I were younger, remarks the Repentant Devil, I would take that place from its current ownership and turn it into a fitting demonstration of the refinements of the soul. You! I could even work with you, if I turned your ribs to glass. And he is lost in reverie, like a tailor seized with the vision of the ideal trousers for a particularly difficult client. When he recollects that you're still present, he adds, you may have noticed that they do not bother to prepare each soul to order. That's the real art, of course. Match the soul to its judgment. Oh, okay. Why did that just close it when I said onwards? Okay, why did I just close it? Let's agree to a private rendezvous. Allow him to distract you from the unhappy topic of the Well of the Wolf. He is in the mood for something more carnal in conversation, as he's curious whether old skills hold. Okay, how bad can this go? He whispers a command that makes you draw breath. In, more than your lungs should hold. Your ribcage vaults like a cathedral, your sight blackens, your mouth tastes like a phoenix on fire. Then all that you are holding too tightly passes from you in a curl of incense smoke. After this lustration, he too uncoils, winged, burning, elliptical. This being could throttle a volcano, could summon back a comet from Apollyon. The joke and the pleasure of it is that so much should be focused on you, and that you should be able to endure it, which is his doing, too. The Repentant Devil has become my lover. Okay, that was unintentional, but okay. I've got a thing for lamb chops. Mutton chops, not lamb chops. I always call them lamb chops, mutton chops. Talk about the Baroness, okay. Or we can ask more about rebelling against the judgments. Just don't let the bat thing see. He's gonna be jealous. Ask more about the rebelling against the judgments. Perhaps he will explain more now than he would before. It was a waste, the Repentant Devil says. The protests, the peaceful fights, and the violent ones. We were never likely to win by those methods. You wait. Control what something consumes, he says. You have control. And you control what it is. The feeding of stars is a delicate art. I had spent centuries in cultivating them, studying their palates, watching for evidence of their responsive growth. I had influence. Now, how much can any devil say the same? Okay, so he wants to cut off the souls from the judgments by the sounds of things. Talk about the Baroness. Surely he has more to say. A former roommate. I used to live with her, he says, for centuries before the Republic. She gave me a safe haven. I gave her the wreck of power. I had been something, and now I was not. You've seen how it is. She'll sit in the ruins of the brass embassy for a century, if nothing dislodges her, feeding her babies on the pulp of diplomatic dispatches. On the topic of those babies, you either thought you saw her eat one of her larvae as you were leaving. The uselessness and hiding wore on me. Overthrowing the aristocracy was something to do. Why is she eating her own babies? That's strange. Okay, a second listen to the devil's suggestion. He has been giving you meaningful glares. He must want something. Okay, never mind. That's just if we drop him off somewhere. Okay, so assemble the devil's evidence. 3 documents lie on the table, ready to be deciphered and translated from the infernal tongues. Some words are visible only in the right light. So I need 3 panes of stained glass. Where do we go to get stained glass? The Clockwork Sun or the Mausoleum? Mausoleum's safer. So, I do only have a few minutes before the end of the episode, but I think we can try and squeeze this in here. It's going to be quite a long journey, though. We do have enough fuel, and no, we really don't have enough fuel. I'm going to have to stop off at London anyway. I keep forgetting that the engine uses a lot of fuel. But it's okay, we have a lot of money. Temporarily anyway. Soon we're going to need even more money if we're doing the wealth ambition, but it's not on the top of my list at the moment. But that list changes between episodes, as you've probably noticed. At least I'm trying to do the same thing now. But hopefully this isn't the end of the story. I wouldn't have thought it would be. I wonder if I have any glass in my bag. That's probably a good shout to see if I actually have any. I don't think I do. Knowing me, I've probably sold it on a prospect at some point. I've probably also ignored a bargain of panes of stained glass for a while. I haven't looked at bargains and I haven't bought any for a while. I really should stock back up on stuff instead of having to pay full price for it. I've definitely reaped the benefits of doing it earlier in the game, so I should probably get back into the habit of doing it again. Big Ben's very loud. Hopefully I have enough fuel to actually get back to London. I think I do. It is quite a distance. Oh, my throat feels horrendous. I think the hay fever is kicking my ass really bad. It's biggest problem this time of year. Hate it. I think I just hate summer, which is not strictly true because I quite like the sun. I just don't like the heat or the hay fever that goes with it. I remember going abroad to Tenerife, I think it was, and I was surprised because I spent the entire time. Well, it was too hot. I'm not gonna lie, it was too hot, but it was the middle of a drought season, if I remember correctly. They had the longest drought they'd had for years. But I didn't have hay fever, and I was like, why? What the hell? I don't have hay fever? Like, I'm too hot, but normally they go hand in hand, but no, apparently I'm just not allergic to the plants, the pollen in the Canary Islands? Tenerife and the Canary Islands? I'm just going to say Tenerife again, just to make sure. I think it's the Canary Islands. We're coming up to the half-hour mark. I may just, whoops, crash into that thing right there. I may just end the episode here, and then in the next episode we can pick up 3 panes of glass from the Mausoleum. In fact, before I end the episode, I am quickly going to write this down. Hopefully this video actually records properly and doesn't end up cutting off the end, making it a solid frame. I still don't know why that happened in my last Sunless Skies video. Visit the video. So we visited the Baroness, we visited the Well of the Wolf. Now it's 3 stained glass for him. If I just put in brackets more. Yeah. Wonderful. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Your comments are greatly appreciated. They really are. And as always, I'll see you next time.